Well, good morning everybody, it's Gav here. It's the 21st of May 2023 and in the background you can see my baby. This is the Yamba site. Okay, that's heading north. That's sort of like a little rest area, toilet block thing. The tanks there, yes, they're full. The taps actually work now. It's out in the middle of absolute abject nowhere. That's where I parked. And then all the way down there, you can see, I'll just try to zoom in a little bit. Those are truck bays there. So you can usually fit about a dozen B doubles in here overnight. And on the other side of the road, just over there, I mean, see if I can zoom in over there. That's where the southbound guys park. Letting the cars go by. So yeah, they park down there. So yeah, so as you can see around here, yeah, it's fairly nice. There's a little bit of noise at night, but other than that, not an issue. But as part of the Day in the Life series, enough of the nice stuff. We've got a truck to check. So make sure my taps are on, everything's still connected. I've already run around when I brushed my teeth and checked checked all the straps. So what we do is we check to make sure that during the night nobody pulled the handles on our turntables. There you go, you can see the little bars still in up there. And we're generally running around having a good look, make sure that the tires are okay. We don't want anything coming apart on us while we're driving. Check the second turntable. Yep, the bar's across. Sweet. It has happened to people before where somebody has been an idiot and pulled the handle on the turntables. Sometimes it's just young hoodlums who turn up at these sites and they think they're funny. And then you drive forward and of course your trailer comes off and drops. So yeah, you just have a quick check, make sure that everything's okay before you start moving, just to make sure that you don't get embarrassment and you don't destroy your truck. Yeah, there we go. Looks like everything's intact, everything's ready to go. My fuel caps are still on. Yep, people try to milk your fuel tanks too. In the Mercedes, like there's no lock, but inside the fuel cap, I don't know if you can actually see in there, there's a like a trap. It's got holes all around it. It stops you from siphoning anything out of the tank, so that's a good thing. So yeah, just have a bit of a look at the front of the truck, make sure the lights are intact just in case something's been smashed or broken during the night, because you hit all sorts of things. I've hit bats, owls, birds, other rocks coming up from trucks coming the opposite direction. And yeah, so yeah, here we are. Right, so just get that set in there. So one of the other things that we do for our morning routine, and I'll just pull this down so that yeah, we have to get ourselves our breakfast sorted. So this morning I'm going to cook up some bacon and egg, well, bacon and mushrooms. Don't have any eggs. I have tried cooking eggs out here, and look, it might be because the cooker takes a fair bit of time to cook things, but I found that the eggs, because it took so long to cook them, I think they were there was something going wrong, you know, bacteria wise, and yeah, the eggs would be a bit of an issue. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so hang on, I might rightio, charging cables and everything all hooked up. Okay, so we'll probably have some of that later. So there's the bacon. And here's the mushies. You beauty. Right, and over here, get one of the foil trays out, and back to this. Right, so I'll have to just hold things up so that I can show you what I'm doing. So there's the foil tray, out the old Stanley. So yeah, just one pack of bacon. It's 175 grams, so it's 2, 4, 6 slices of bacon, and of course then the mushies. So I like to have about a third of this, so about a third goes in. And I try not to tear the plastic too much, because I need to be able to keep it sealed up a bit for later on. Huh. It's gotten so cold the mushies are frozen. We've got ice on the fridge in this thing is absolutely fantastic, eh? It's about a third. No, it's not quite. Not that it really matters. Okay, so you just put it all straight in like that, and then we've got the little cooker. Open it up, just plop that straight in, close it up, and plug it straight in. Now this particular plug, even when the truck is completely switched off, at the moment I've got the ignition on, even when that's completely switched off, that particular plug works. So theoretically I could get up at say 4 o'clock in the morning, plug that in, and off I could go, and I could have a nice hot breakfast waiting for me for 7 o'clock. I don't think I would do that, only because I don't want to run the risk of flattening my batteries in the truck. Not that it should, but if it did, for the sake of a feed, that's a bit stupid. Okay, so you've got all the bags and stuff like that. That's my rubbish bag. As you can see, it's growing in size, and I've got a second garbage bag that's got my clothes, because that's the shirt from yesterday. So I've got plenty of changes of clothes in my bag. Whilst I'm driving, I don't usually wear boots, only because I find it a little bit more comfortable not to. But when I stop for the day, or when I stop and I have to go into a yard, I put on the jeans or the long pants, and I also then put on the boots. I always wear the high vis shirts regardless. So yeah, that's my ivory gear. Right, now I've already put some water in my my thing, but I'll just top it up. This is my, I'll just put a little bit more water in with the pump. Right, so there we go, there's that. Now do a bit of a shake up. Yeah, I've got a creamy mint. As you can see, I've got a fair few ketones. Sarah's keeping me in the ketones in the truck. But you never know when you're going to get stuck somewhere. It's always good, you know, because like it feels so much better when you're on them. You might as well have a bit of a stash there for you. I've got close to a month's supply there. So heavens forbid I got stuck somewhere for a month. But hey, in the wet season, you can get flooded in somewhere. You could be there for weeks. So you're getting close to months. Yeah. So I'll just put that in. So as like normally I'd have a little bit of a discussion about different things, but because I'm doing this video, so I like to do that. I've already brushed the teeth, I've done all the straps. Now I've done all the other walk around of the truck to make sure everything's secured and safe. And breakfast is on. Swig of this. Oh, that's nice, eh? So now the other thing is, right, I just checked the dash, the truck on, and there's the oil. I check the oil every day before I start up, so that's a good thing. The oil's okay. I don't need any of that. That's how cold the engine is at the moment, 23 degrees. Air pressures are ridiculously low because it slowly leaks out over the night. 4.1 and 4.3 tons on each of those two axles. That's okay. It's not moving anywhere, and that's my range on the fuel and the AdBlue. So that's all beautiful. So there's my starter. So that's the key is in. That's the button there. That's as hard as it is. Alright, so that should go up in a few moments. So I'll be probably letting it idle up for the next 30 minutes or so. So I'll just wind the two windows up now. Now, so there goes the seat. As you would recall, last thing, I did up my the page, and I then can have a look at my timings. Now 10 hours, I wouldn't have to even worry about it, but this morning, it's just after 8 o'clock now. If I go for 10 hours exactly, because I got here at quarter to 11, I can actually leave at quarter to 9. Now, it's 8 o'clock, that's 3/4 of an hour. I may actually do that, but it may be closer to 8:30, because by the time 8:30 rocks around, all my pressures are up, the engine's warmed up, and that should be pretty right. Now from here I also then, so I'm looking at the 8:30 mark, which will mean that it's not quite 10 hours. But under the rules, I only have to have a 7-hour break, continuous 7 hours. So I've already I'll be already over 2 hours over that. So if I make it an 8:30 departure, I'm 9 and 3/4 hours as a break, and for my next break, which will be in about an hour and a half, 2 hours time, just to let the bacon cook, because bacon doesn't take long, it takes no time at all. That'll be Ogmore's only an hour away. Ogmore truck stop, it's an hour and a quarter, and then you've got the Waverley Creek rest area. I'll probably go to that one, and I'll do a little bit of video around that place. It's huge. There's a car section, car and caravan section, and then there's the truck section. Obviously I'll be in the truck section. I wouldn't get this thing into the car caravan area, it's just too tight. So I'll do our start here, set to Yamba. For the vehicle itself, 21 5 23 071 408 109. So I write down my truck and trailer numbers. Had a look, everything's good. that's that done. Excellent. Yep, 8:30. Right, so I've got 23 minutes left. Now, because obviously you're a bit on the peckish side, I've got the bars here, so over the next hour I'll possibly have one of those, and I'll be cruising up the highway. This next section is exceedingly rough. The truck really bounces like a crazy thing. That's why it's always good to check just here that your load's strapped down nice and tight, because generally by the time you've gone through this area, things have loosened off. So it'll be good to stop at Waverley and or even Ogmore, do a run around the truck again, make sure everything's tightened down, because everything vibrates and things just shift and move. I might actually see if I can actually set the camera up for the worst of it, so you can see just how much the truck is actually bouncing up and down. It's pretty amazing. Apart from that, that's it for our morning routine. Breakfast on the cook. I've done my shake up, checked the truck, and everything's warming up. And on a cold winter's morning, it's not middle of winter yet, but in a couple of months' time, this will be a really great time, because I'll be, as the engine's warming up, I can start warming up the cab. So that's usually a really, really nice feeling. So it's nice and flat here. I release the brakes, and it allows all of the suspension, because it's all air ride suspension, it all starts to pump up and everything evens off. And just check the air again, and what you look for is generally, if you look at those bars there, right, that's your bar pressure. It goes up to 14. Well, where that notch is for the 12, so it's 2 notches from the 14 on the left, that will be my driving down the road pressure, because that's what it nearly always is. And as you can see, see it bounced there because the whole truck moved a bit because of the airbags coming up and everything settling down. So right, it's all up to pressure now, so I just reset the brakes so I don't roll anywhere. And you saw the brake, the park brake just down here, that came on. So if I release the air brakes again, gonna make a liar of me? No, there it is. See? Goes off, reset the brakes, on it comes again. So it's got all the good stuff and shuts. So like I said, this truck's so easy to drive. It's a beautiful piece of kit. So that's it. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed that, and in a little while when I leave, I'll restart the video and we'll have some footage of going through some of the worst roads on this thing. It's not that there's potholes, it's just that it's like driving on the ocean. It's up and down a lot, and the waves aren't very far apart. So, but you'll get to see that very shortly. Okay guys, you take care, and catch you on the road.